We are going racing. Since I've been traveling around Australia full time with the dirt bike, the conversations kept coming up whether we should just pull up at a local town if there's a meeting on and just randomly do a race or something. We did a little bit of riding up at Broome. The guys up there were absolutely awesome. Went and rode the motocross track up there just on a practice night there, and it sort of got the bug back in me a little bit. So McCall ended up putting the heat on me, and we put it out to you guys there on the socials. If you hadn't had a look, go back and have a look there. We had a good probably 300 to 400 comments on there of support saying, get your ass out there, let's get our time, let's go do a race. So there was a couple of people as well that was a little bit concerned about me safety and that, which is really respect that. But since my whole racing career, I've always known my limits, and and this is all going to be for fun. But at the same time, we've got a week and a half to get ready for this. It is going to be solely fun. But at the same time, just like everything we put out there to you guys, is we don't half-ass shit as well. So we really want to give this 100% fun, but also we are going to a bit of a crack and see what we can do. So absolute massive support there, guys. So you've got me out. It's been 8 years since I've raced a motocross race, 3.5 years since I raced a desert race. So this isn't in any way a motocross bike. It's an enduro bike. Got my big 15-litre tank on there, so it's big, quite heavy, but we're going to give it a go. So we're actually here at the Port Hedland Motorcycle Club already. So we pulled up there. The guys have been extremely accommodating, extremely supportive. So they've actually let us stay here for a couple of days, so we can have a little bit of a ride on the track and a bit of a look around. And yeah, we can just stay just out of Port Hedland here. It's a really nice place in town here. The clubs around here are just they all support each other and really liking the community. So we're committed now. We're doing it. I'm off the beers for a week and a half, eating better, cutting out sugar and that. Just sort of need a little bit of a restart anyway. We're in too much of holiday mode. So keen to get into it. We're going to train every day, ride. We're going to go about 2 days to ride in, and that's about it. So cutting a little bit fine there, but we're going to gear up now and go and have a look at the track and see what we reckon. Oh man, that definitely blew the cobwebs out. It's you forget how high intensity motocross is. It's so different to the enduro, and also just out doing the nice cruisy beach rides, followed by some Jack Daniels of what we've been doing the last sort of 2 or 3 years. So it's so high intensity, and it's 35 degrees out here. It's so friggin' hot. The track at the moment that hasn't been raced on for a while, and it's just because of the heat, the wind, the way it stirs, it's literally like concrete. It's so slippery to ride on. It's just starting to tear up my bloody rear tire already, so I've got to be real careful how much we do out here. I don't want to be wrecking the tire. I need a new one before the race. But the layout's awesome. They're bringing in a big grader to rip it up, smash the water in, and the track's, I reckon, it's going to come up really good. So happy with the layout, and yeah, look, I've still got it. I bloody still got it. So I'm actually quite excited now. It's going to be really good. So it's been confident. I'm nowhere near ready. Like, I'm so out of shape, but we've got a week's plan. We're going to be nice and healthy. Back to smashing me 4 litres of Kangen water. That's going to flush out all the toxins that in me, which is going to help with arm pump. For the guys that do ride and suffer arm pump, this stuff is absolutely magic. It's just, if you don't know what arm pump is, just try grabbing like a pair of socks or something soft and just squeeze it for until your arms just pump up and you can't they're really starting to hurt, and then go try and ride a motorbike. That's exactly what it's like, and that's usually the worst part of what flares up with your throttle hand and that on the bike. So if you do race, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, but it's all good. It's really stoked to be out here. I think we'll go out and do a 5-lapper. That's how long the laps are going to be for the race, and we might go out and do one and see if we can make it through.
Yeah, good. How do you feel?
It's hot. I'm so dry. It's so hot. Yeah, no, it's different. It was different doing 5 consistent laps like the last sort of 2. I definitely feel it, but was I pretty consistent still? Or?
Yeah.
That's alright. As long as what, like
around 2 minutes a lap, give or take.
Really?
Yeah.
Was my last lap heat slow? Was it pretty?
Your first lap was the slowest.
Slower? Yeah. I did a start off the.
Yeah, by a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I did the start off there, so that was an extra bit. So that's alright. That's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm probably gonna call there. It is so slippery out there, and I had a few little moments, and it's it's literally like a ride on ice. So I reckon we've done 2 motos. So it's not nowhere near enough as I'd like to do, but yeah, they've started to rip the track and get water into it tomorrow. So we'll call it there. We'll probably go wash the bike, do a bit of maintenance, and check over everything. Need to go get a new pair of goggles from in town, and then I just reckon we're going to hopefully go down to Karratha for a week and chill out there. And I might even try and find a few more tracks. A little bit more bike time would be ideal, but I reckon that'll wrap it up there. So cleaned out the cobwebs and we're good to go. Well, we're going to call it a day there. We've got a good couple of rides in, so we're absolutely stoked. We actually started filming this episode just a couple of days ago. We had some, if you follow us on the socials there, we had some awesome footage. Being a bit silly, so I'm getting into the training, doing hardcore stuff up in these hills, and now I've got a heap of drone footage. And unfortunately, we had a little bit of a mishap with our SD cards. I had all 3 of my SD cards, all my drone footage from our last trip. I filmed a rig rundown, all the stuff from the start of this, all gone. I spent $150 on some program to try and recover it. That didn't do nothing, so that hurt pretty bad. But we've so we did a little bit of riding yesterday and then today, and that's about it. So I'll do a massive shout out to Melly 4x4. These are the guys spudding the team back from Madura. These guys are the ones that built our Y62 Patrol from start to finish. Absolute legends. Local business from back where we used to be there, and he reached out in the comments as well saying, hey, I'm going to sponsor the event. I'm going to pay for anything you need leading up to the race, and also if I get on the podium, so if I get the top 3, he's going to buy him some Jack Daniels, so I can, he knows my love for Jack Daniels, so I'm going to buy us a couple of beers. So massive shout out to those guys, and look, and a massive shout out to all you, just the support that you guys give to the channel and behind us and getting behind us. I've got people coming out saying they're going to come watch and drive up from Karratha if I need help in the pits and stuff. Like, we appreciate it so much. So I'd love to show a bit of support back to Melly 4x4. So if you're on social media, Facebook or Instagram, go and give him the guy a follow. Even if he's not around, you're not around to do any work, that's fine. They put up some good stuff that they do, and I'm sure I'll be happy to help you everything. So massive shout out to you guys. And look, maybe I could say, you know, my bike's had a bit of trouble and maybe need a new bike to race next weekend. So I'll send him an invoice for 17 grand and see how that goes. So yeah, we're gonna pack it up here. I just went in town and washed the bike, gonna do the oil, air filter, a few little maintenance things. I'm going to head down to Karratha and chill out for a bit, do a little bit of forward driving, probably catch up with the guys from Big Oz again. I know they're down there, and probably do a couple of bit of riding as well. Good old mate Nathan Bell from there, who rides KTMs as well. He says he's got a few tracks we can check out. Then we'll come back here for the race. So keen to get down there, do a bit of swimming here at the beach, and hopefully some full drive tracks as well. One thing I don't miss about racing motorbikes is doing bloody air filters. It's probably got to be the worst job, especially when you've got no clean lines left. But pretty much all done now, so yeah, everything's good with the bike, which is good. Usually it's like a broken spoke or a flat tire, or there's probably something going on, but everything's looking good. So once I do this, we can just kick back and just enjoy for a week. All right, we've headed down to Karratha for the week. We're gonna chill out here for the week. We've met up with our good mate, long lost mate, Nathan Bell. Our dads grew up together back in Portland, so it's actually been a good 20 years since I've seen him. So he's reached out and offered to stay at his place there. So we've got some power and water for the week, which is an absolute blessing when you're traveling full time on the road. So we've come straight out to the Karratha, the jump up. This is sort of the famous sort of four drive section around here, and it is mega rocky. So once you get this spot up here, there's actually a range up there at the moment. It's having quite a fair bit of trouble getting through. So once they get through, we're going to get up and have a look, and then you can get through to a beach over there, and then yeah, we're going to sit down and have some lunch and just chill out. So really looking forward to this and locking the hubs in. Alright, the guy in front of us had to get snatched up there. She's pretty rocky, so heading up now. It's a little bit of salt water through the front here, so it's going to go really slow through here. So going front and rear locker just because I got it and I don't want to risk slipping into stuff, and also in rock mode, and also with the iDrive on economy 3, just because these things are really jerky. I just find it helps a lot. So just cruising up now. the slider. Yeah.
Watch your rims.
Well, we made it over nice and good. Put a tiny little nick on one of the rims there. It's just so slippery through there, but no, I'm really happy with that outcome. So we're gonna head on down, check out this beach. Found an absolutely beautiful little spot down on the beach here. The water and the rocks out here is just absolutely beautiful. The water is so blue, so clear. So got a little bit of swim here, cook up a little lunch, got some sausages on the menu for lunch, and I'm just gonna sit here and just chill out for a little bit. There seems to be a lot of other little islands and that all out there, so I've had to get the drone up, have a bit of a peek of that. But yeah, we're just keen to just chill out today, and just, yeah, we're gonna hopefully go try and find a few more little forward drive tracks. There seem to be tracks that just go everywhere up here, so which is really, really good. It's been a while since we've had to have a good forward drive. I've got another hill we're going to hit up here. This is more just goes up to a bit of a lookout, so purely just for a little bit of fun. So it's actually quite steep and extremely rocky. Jesus Christ. That's slippery. Stuff I do major panel damage if you're not careful. Another bit of a gnarly spot up here. actually worked out really good how we took out the track that just went up that one you just seen there. Then we come down the back of it and we're out. So this is actually tidal in here. So that little puddle we went through at the start. Have a look now. This is all salt water, obviously. So there's been sort of a couple people before they went up there and it was actually pretty gnarly heading back up there. But yeah, they said it was just too much water here. So definitely pays to look at your tide times if you're going to become doing the jump up, because yeah, that's a little bit too much salt water for my liking. Snuck out for another ride in Karratha. Nathan shows a little bit of a local track out here near the airport here, and it's actually pretty good. Some sort of nice soft bits and a lot of sort of really slippery stuff. So snuck in town today and got some fresh goggles. So we're bloody lashing out. My other goggles are so old and scratched, so it's nice to be able to see properly. So been feeling pretty good. It's I'm actually pretty happy with how I'm feeling fitness wise. I'm definitely might just get that 10-minute mark. I'm definitely ready to pull in, but it should just be enough to sort of scrape me in to be half competitive for the weekend. But it's sort of toss up at the moment. The rear tyre there is starting to get pretty wore out, so we're going to reach out to Golden Tyres to see if we can get another tyre air freighted up here before the weekend. More so for safety reasons. A few spots around here where the RSN's sort of skipping out a little bit, where usually it'd feel nice and comfortable. So hopefully going to get that, and then things should be pretty sweet. So we're going to sneak out for one more ride during the week. Today's Monday. At the moment, we're going to do a bit more full driving. Tomorrow, we're going to head back out and go up one of those big tracks there, have a bit more fun. Wednesday, go for a ride, and then we're going to polish everything up and then head back to the race on Friday. All right, we've actually come back out to the borough today. We've come out to do a little bit of a track we didn't do the other day. We actually, after we finished the other day, we come back down and we got, God, that'd be actually quite gnarly to go back up. So I got a little bit of company today. We've got Chris from Big Oz Explorers, and we also got Sam and Brody from Moist V8 in their Toyota. So they've come out today. They've come out today to give us a little bit of company, have a little bit of fun. So we're going to go up there now and get into it. This should be pretty good. Alrighty, this is actually it's actually quite gnarly. The wombat holes at the top here are decent. Oh, she loves it. She loves it. Beautiful, that could not have went any smoother. I'm stoked with that.
rock, go back.
That was an awesome loop going up around there. We've come back down. There's another little gnarly spot that goes up the hill. It's actually probably going to be the hardest part. It's actually quite a fair bit of a jump up, so gonna go up this one nice and easy so I don't end up on a big angle. Going. Oh, I'm stoked about that. That was textbook. It's the Thursday before the race. I only got one more day, then on Saturday we're going racing. So it's been an awesome week so far. Everything's sort of lined up pretty good. So we got a fresh haircut, my first haircut in 4.5 months since I left home. I've been cutting the freaking thing myself, just trying to figure it out, putting on different settings and just buzzing it. So it's been a little bit rough. That's probably why you've been seeing me in a hat so much. So I actually got a haircut just across the road. We're still in Karratha here. We're actually going in to go to F45. I went in there last night to get some true protein. We've been using that stuff for years and absolutely love it. So went there last night and the girls there were just absolutely amazing. They've actually invited us in, so coming in and do some training, and found out one of the trainers is actually a good old friend from home. So I grew up racing motorbikes with her brothers, Josh, Nick, and Brody Waters. So she's actually going to be our trainer this morning. So not sure if it's the best idea. It's again, we've been exercising. We haven't actually gone and done a class in again about that 4.5 months since we left home. We were doing some F45 at home. They're absolute legends, the guys back there as well. So absolute awesome community, that stuff. So don't have the smartest thing for me to be doing it, but I'm just going to go in, just go really nice and light, and get some movement going, because the last thing I want to do is be really sore. I feel heavy enough as it is going into the weekend. So we're going to go in there, do that today. We're going to get some new tyres. Just been questioning the tyres. I got too much. Been riding the road and the knobs now are starting to wear off, because remember, we do buy our tyres for them big fat knobs for that performance. So for us, we're buying the tyres for performance, so we don't want to be running tyres that are slick. We're buying mud tyres because we want them big fat knobs. So we're going to go do that today. Then we're going out for one last ride at the motocross track here in Karratha, which I haven't ridden today. I'm going to wash the car, get all the gear washed and all that ready for the weekend. So we're not going to take the camera in here just because we didn't. I'm sure that would be fun, but we didn't want to. There's a lot of other people in there and privacy stuff, and also it's got copyright written all over. Once you go into the gym, there's music and that going there. So we're going to go in there, so just trust us that we're going in. We're going to train. We'll come out with some sweat. We could just put some water on our face, and we'll check in after that. Alrighty, well, time here in Karratha is all done. We're all packed up, ready to go. Massive shout out to Nathan and Kate. They've let us stay in their driveway. They've had power and water for the week, and it's just been an absolute awesome base to get everything ready and do everything I want to do around Karratha. So we've cleaned up all the setup, put the bush barriers back on. It's just for a little bit of exposure for the weekend, as we're doing this for traveling campers and all you guys out there, and a couple of our sponsors behind us. So all the bikes ready to go. I'm going to wait till we get down to the track. I'll show you what we've done for that to get ready for the race. But everything here is absolutely looking schmick. So we're going to go into town, get a little bit of coffee and a little bit of food, and then I'm going to hit the road. So time to get to the track, and tomorrow morning we're going racing. We've made it to the races. This is actually pretty exciting. This is actually Michaela's first time she's ever been into a motocross race. We've been together.
No, it's the first time I've seen you do a motocross.
Yeah, no, like me racing. Yeah, so we've been together for nearly 7 years now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is 8 years since I've raced. So this is kind of pretty special for us too. Yeah. So that's awesome. So yeah, got a good little spot here. Bikes are good to go. Did a couple of checks over before. We put some new tyres on. I had to get some new tyres in town. Golden Tyres have been a sponsor of mine for years and years, and absolutely awesome legends, but unfortunately we couldn't get any up here. It's a bit of a stock shortage, and yeah, to get stuff air freight up here was very expensive. So went in town, got a set of Bridgestones fitted up and that, and got some new grips, and that's about it. Everything's good. I'm just gonna run the big girl. Called Darren from Track Ride. We just went a couple of clicks stiff on the fork and shock, this is set up for desert racing, so absolutely nothing like this stuff, but it's been fine. So that's gonna do the job. So show you a little bit around the setup here, then we're going to go and check out the track. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh, you matter what, add it up, bankroll. I've done an awesome job preparing the track. It's actually looking really sick. It's still quite dry, and this dirt up here is just so hard. So you can really tell this is going to be a really hard packed track. I'm used to riding all the sand and that back home, so it's definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge. But I'm just sticking to the outside lines, saying like this stuff here. Like, have a look at that. I got thongs on, but it's a little bit of moisture under there. But she's going to be pretty dry still, but it's looking absolutely mint. There's about 15 rideys in my class, I think, and then for the final we do with all the other classes, the lights class as well, so it'd be good, probably nearly full gate in there for the final. So it's a lot of juniors here. Like, the juniors are going to be like full grids. It's 50s, 65s, 125s, 85s. It's a really massive junior club, which is really good to see them coming up through the ranks.
Add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you.
This is my favorite part of the track, I reckon. This bit here is nice and soft sand. Around this corner, then it's just absolutely about fourth gear pin down here, up onto a little ski jump on the end here. So I reckon this is definitely going to be my strong point of the track. This back half where it gets really quick, it's going to suit the 500 and suit my style. Have a look at this compared to before. Look at that. If only the whole track was like that, we'd be bloody set. Well, the track's looking good. We've done all we can for a week to get ready, so I'm absolutely just killing to get out there and have a go and just have an absolute ball. So again, massive shout out to you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't have happened. You guys all reached out on social media, got behind it all, so that's what really got my ass out here. And look, we're really grateful. It's really got our ass into gear for a lot of things. We've been back once, but it's really made us realize how much we miss the gym. And of course, you know, the only thing we should be doing at the moment is looking after our health in the current situation around the world. So it's really kickstarted a lot again. Me and McKay used to be really big CrossFitters and that for 6-7 years, so it's really sparked us up to get our ass into gear while on the road, which is a little bit harder than normal if you're just living in the city, but we're going to make it work. Again, massive shout out to Melly 4x4 for helping out and sponsoring this weekend. Extremely grateful for that. So if you give him a follow, if you're not even around to get work done there or whatever, still just give him a follow. There might be some parts you can get sent out. He'll send stuff Australia wide, and just look, they're always putting up stories out of their builds and what's going on, so get some ideas for your car. We're going to wrap this episode up here. You're going to have to wait till next week. I'm sorry to see how this race is going to go. Don't want this episode to head out too long. So wish me luck, guys, and we'll see you back on the episode next week. Let's do it.